The racetrack is an unforgiving place. Any weakness in the drivetrain or brakes shine like emergency flares in the dark, but so too do any strengths that a car may have. The full boogie, as we sometimes call it, represents the purity of a reliable and dominating racetrack performance while still being wrapped in a package meant for the street. In our case, our subject is Porsche's most powerful production car to date, the GT2 RS. Twin turbos, 6-speed manual gearbox, adjustable suspension, carbon fiber and Alcantara. Beauty and the Beast, brains and brawn. For a car like this, we called in for some reinforcements to put some perspective on what kind of car it really is.
My name is Patrick Long, here at Salt Lake City, Miller Motorsport Park to test the GT2 RS and give it a little bit of a baseline against the GT3 RS. You know, every time I've driven a new version of a 997, I've wondered what could be next, how it could be better. I'm never going to question a Weissach anymore because they keep proving me wrong. The GT2 RS is pretty unbelievable. The first thing that surprised me is it's so drivable. It's so smooth. The power band, I expected with all that horsepower and the turbo coming out of just the rear axle that it was going to test my car control skills, and that wasn't the case. It's very linear in its power delivery. It's quiet, it's pretty smooth to drive, and gives you a lot of a different sensation than what the GT3 delivers. Balance-wise, the GT2 versus the GT3, high speed, I found myself working a little bit harder in the GT2 RS, and I would have to guess that's just from a little bit more weight. Braking, very similar, both with the PCCB. You can really just get on the brake and go as hard and deep as possible, lap after lap. So there you have a lot of parallels. I think the GT3 RS surprised me mid-corner just how planted it was, and that's probably down to the bigger rear wing. You know, when you look at the street application versus a club or track car application, the feelings of a GT2 RS lean towards more of a daily driver that's just an absolute beast on the road. No one's really going to give you a hard time. But when you look at the numbers and you look at the lap times, you see that this car outperforms a GT3 RS, which sets the benchmark, in my opinion. Where does that come from? You've got to look at horsepower in every comparison. You know, Miller Motorsport Park isn't a tight little technical track. I mean, it's pretty spread out, lots of straights. We have a lot of altitude here. I have to think those all factor in. You know, the speed differential between the two surprised me in lap time. If I didn't see the lap times, I would have thought they were closer. From a handling standpoint, I still am a big fan of the 3RS. I probably, you know, that's a very familiar platform to everybody, and to see the lap time difference really is a pretty good endorsement for what this 2RS is capable of.